Hi friends, this is Grandpa from Grandpa's Gaming Garage bringing you a walkthrough of Hoth, or Echo Base Station, for all the Kyber bricks. There are 30 Kyber bricks on this map. 24 of them can be found physically in the map. The remaining 6 are all on quest missions, so you have to do on your own. But I have all 24 that occur on the map, plus the Datacard. So I'll show you how to get the Datacard. So if this video helps you out, I appreciate it if you give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe, turn your notifications on. First Kyber brick is relatively simple. There's 3 buttons on the wall. They all have a corresponding light that is above them, so you're going to be flicking these buttons till you get the right sequence of lights in order to unlock the Kyber brick. So you got to break up C-3PO. Going to drive him through that little crack in the wall, basically, or hole in the wall. As you can see, I'm pushing the buttons there to no avail because we're not going to have the right sequence. So you're just going to have to get up C-3PO and you're going to have to send him through the wall. Find out what the sequence is in the other room. There's going to be 3 panels in the other room you can look at here. You can see there's a 3rd one there. This one's on the 4th one. And the one on the very far wall. I'll turn around here in a second. Is at number 2. Once you know the sequence, it's going to be 2, 3, 4. So then you just got to make sure that the lights match in the other room. And we'll open up your Kyber brick. There you go. You get your Kyber brick. Heading on to the next Kyber brick. This is the hollow map. It's in the central room. You want to make sure that you do have your droid. And you get that key out, because that key is important later. It's actually the very last Kyber brick we're going to get on this video. But you want to have that key. Make sure you got that key. But here the map is pretty simple. Like I said, this is where you come over and you get the key. You just want to make sure you have it because you're going to be, it's way further down into the base. So you want to get it here where you possibly can, or anytime you can get it. So once you get the key, you're going to go over to the hollow map. You're going to press the one on the left twice, 3 times. Then you're going to go to the one on the right, press it once. Then the droid breaks apart. Twice. 3 times. Planets will all line up in the holographic, and then you get your Kyber brick. Next Kyber brick is hidden on top of that rock there in the cave. You're just going to stack these 2 boxes, jump up on top of the rock. Once you get on top of the rock, you just step on the button. It opens up the box around the Kyber brick. And you can pull it out. Next Kyber brick's in behind this force field. You can see there's a key card holder in the thing here. This one's pretty simple. All you're going to have to do is bash up a whole bunch of stuff in the room. This one's right in behind this panel here. You pick up the key card, drop it in the machine, it drops a force field, and you get your Kyber brick.
I can't believe this is mine. Sorry, I
Next, this one's out on this, looks like a bridge of some kind, of ice bridge. You're going to need your scavenger for this. You're going to have to break out your breaker blaster, break down the ice wall. Once you break down the ice wall, it's pretty simple. You just got to jump out in the middle of the bridge and there's your Kyber brick.
Just like old Ben used to have.
Next, you got this gas room. You can't go into the gas room. You need a droid to go in there to get it. But what you want to do first is bring out a stormtrooper, throw a hand grenade at that box, so you break open the Kyber brick box, basically. Once you got the box blasted open, then you're going to pull out your droid, send your droid in to get the Kyber brick. Next, this is the Welcome to Hoth Kyber brick. It's in the hangar in the far corner. Pretty simple. You just got to climb up, smash the ice that's around the Kyber brick, and you get your Kyber brick.
Something's telling me.
Next, this one's in behind a door that you got to use your lightsaber in order to open. Basically, just got to cut a hole with your lightsaber. I'm sure you guys have already done this once or twice. Once you got the door open, it's relatively simple. It's up in the ceiling. You just got to use your droid to grapple. It's going to pull it right out of the ceiling for you. And it drops out and you just pick it up.
I can't believe this is mine.
Next one is a little more complicated. This one's in the roof of the hangar. This grapple with the droid is actually quite difficult. And you got to press forward as you do a double jump to get up on this rafter up here, up on top of the, well, lights or rafter, whatever you want to call it, up in the hangar. Once you get up in the hangar, you're going to want to use your scavenger and glider to get over to the Kyber brick. This right here, do not jump at where the arrow is telling you to jump. Go further down the rafter so you get a little more of a direct route. I tried this a few times. Making that corner around that icicle is a real pain in the ass. So go off a more angle, go straight at it. So next is going to be the Datacard. The Datacard is in the same spot as that last Kyber brick, but a little bit further down the hangar. You got to use your droid here. You got to do the grapple again. Like I said, pressing forward, do a double jump. Now you can see there's a red bar over there above that light. You're going to grapple onto that light. This next grapple takes a little bit of a leap of faith. There's a one to the left there. In order to get to that one, you got to basically jump off and grapple at the same time. So it's the only one that's like that. So you just got to, like I said, take a leap of faith, jump towards it, and then grapple at the same time. Oh, I missed it. But yeah, you're going to jump and then grapple off to the left there. And then you're going to grapple over to the right. Right above the data card, and you're just going to drop down onto it. There you go, you got the data card. Next is the button pusher. So you're going to pick up this box. This is in the hangar as well. And you got to hit these buttons in sequence fast as you can, basically using this thing. So you want to hit all 4 buttons, and once they're all green, this chest will open up and you can get your Kyber brick.
Just like old
Next, we're headed to the medical bay. As you can see on the left and the right here in front of me, there's a green and a yellow little card. You got to make these green and yellow cards match their patient. Once you get those to match, the little green light comes up. And then a disassembled Kyber brick is going to show up on the floor, and all you have to do is build it, essentially. And then you get your Kyber brick. Next, we're moving into what looks like a residential area or sleeping area. It's pretty simple. You're just going to put these 2 blocks underneath the console there. And then you're going to pull out your Rebel Hero to have him unlock it. I use wedge because I like wedge. This kind of puzzle is pretty easy. You just got to push the buttons as they come into the center of the circle. Once you get all 4 buttons, it's going to unlock the Kyber brick in the other room. Now moving on to Lucky 13. This one here is in the armory. You got to bust open all these boxes right here in front, and then switch to an astromech so that he can hack the projector that projects 4 pictures on the far wall. And what you have to do is go to 4 different consoles and make the pictures match in sequence in order to open the armory. So here's the droid right now. He's going to activate the projector. Once you get that projector activated, you can see it's going to be ATT, and then it's a TIE fighter, and then it's a walker, and then it's the bomber. So you're going to come over here, get the AT-AT. TIE fighter. The Imperial walker. And then the TIE bomber. And that'll open up the armory and you can get your Kyber brick.
I can't believe this is mine.
And on to number 14. This one here is located in a little command center. You're just going to put this brick up on top of these, I guess you call them display screens. So you don't want to destroy the display screens. You just want to put them on top of the display screens. So you're going to jump onto the display screens and then onto the brick, and then on. You're going to get your Kyber brick from there.
Just like old Ben used to have.
Number 15 is the gold box. If you haven't checked out my video on how to open gold boxes, this can only be done by good bounty hunters. And so you got to pull out a bounty hunter class, and he can blast open the box with his rifle. Just like that, and you get your Kyber brick. Moving on to number 16, a big giant wall that you just basically got to lightsaber your way through. No specific way to do this, you just cut a hole in it. Once you get the hole through, you can see the Kyber brick is up in the top ceiling there. Pretty simple. You're just going to build yourself a nice little stacking step to get up there. There are more boxes on the outside if you destroy these by accident. Double jump, get your Kyber brick. '17's a little bit out of the way inside the base, but it's pretty simple. You just got to pull out wedge to hack the door. Or you can pick any rebel hero.
For the rebellion. My first job in the rebellion was handling these things.
Once again, the 4-button sequence, relatively simple. Once the door is open, you're going to see that there's a gold bounty hunter box in the corner. Once again, you just got to pull out the bounty hunter, blast that box open, and you get your Kyber brick. And we'll be moving on to number 18. We're almost done. Number 18 is just a fast shooting target, really. You just got to hit these targets really fast. So you start the timer, you get them done in a certain amount of time, and the Kyber brick pops out of the box. Number 19. This is a little bit of a long one, only because there's a lot to it. You got these 4 locked doors. They're a little bit of a pain, but really you have to access this from one little special corner in the hangar. The bounty hunter or the astromech droid can pull this open. Once you get this pulled open, you're going to have to use a protocol droid in order to, well, I use C-3PO all the time for this. Cut himself in half, crawl all the way through. Once he gets all the way through, there's going to be an electrical connection that he first has to uncover or destroy and then rebuild. So once you get all these pieces bashed up, you're going to break that connection too. And then you just got to rebuild it, and the 2 doors in front of you are going to open up. Once you get that done, you're going to go into the gold room, which is right in front of you there. And you're going to flick a switch. Well, not flick a switch, actually you're going to manually turn a switch on a turnstile that will give you power to the next room. So as you can see, it's powering up the next room. It also powers up a camera. That's really important. So you're going to run off to the next room, and then there is another turnstile type switch that you're going to have to pull in order to get the other room open. Once you get this one set up, you're not completely done. You got to go back to the last one you were at and readjust it. So after you get this one in place, just like that. And you gotta, once in a while, you gotta adjust these. You just back it in, back it out a little bit to make them click. Once this one clicks, you gotta go back to the other one, which will throw the switch again. It will lock this room, but you can get back in it if you really need to. You gotta flick the switch over one more time so that it opens up the other room. Once you have that done, you'll be able to get into the last room. And get your Kyber brick. Moving on to number 20. This one here, you know, I used the force for the first couple of these little things to drive them into the sockets. Those electrical sockets there on the wall. They'll align, they'll click in. Once you get all three in place, you'll be able to get the Kyber brick. They're located in 3 different rooms. I was silly enough to use the force on these things. Of course, if you get close enough to them, they're just buried in behind the other cabinets on the other side there. I use the force here. Don't know why, but maybe it's just because it was the option that was available to me at the time. If you get close enough to it, you can pick it up and run it back. That's definitely the faster way of doing it. Especially for the last room. If you use the force too far away from you, these things will disappear and reappear in their spot, so it's a real pain in the butt. So I recommend you just walk up to them and pick them up and then run them and put them in their sockets. And that'll open the box for the Kyber brick. Moving on to number 21. This one here, you got to have the droid hack the door. Once you get through the door, you're going to have to pull out your scavenger so you can blast through the wall. This is also where you find the Wampa if you want to do the Wampa quest. The Wampa quest, when you complete it, does actually give you a Wampa optional character to play with. I did do the Wampa, but I cut that scene. But the Kyber brick's located in the top. All you have to do is use your droid and you grapple your way up there. And you get your Kyber brick. Number 22. This one here is above the Tauntaun storage, or the Tauntaun barn, if you want to call it that. Once again, you're going to be using your droid. He's going to be grappling onto the top to get into the rafters to get to the Kyber brick that's on the top there. Once again, you want to keep moving forward while you do a double jump to get up on top of this rafter, or else you will fall down. And then you're just going to move over and get your Kyber brick. Number 23, the shooting range. So in order to get the Kyber brick, you have to get a gold medal in the shooting range. It's relatively easy. Pay attention to the scores. The ones on the ground are worth 150 points. The flying ones and the moving ones, they're worth 200 points. And so every time the flying ones come out, you definitely want to nail those pretty hard. But basically, you're just going to be shooting all the targets you possibly can, as much as you can. And just keep going until you've got your high score, which is 4,000 points. But like I said, you want to hit these moving ones because they're worth the most points. Yeah, those flying ones, those are definitely the breadwinners. There you go. Once you get your 4,000 points, you get the gold medal for the challenge, and you also get a Kyber brick.
Excellent job. Here, take this as a trophy. Oh, and feel free to come back and practice again.
And last but not least, this one confused me for a little while. This one's they're locked in, and what you have to do is you have to use your protocol droid, divide it in half again to go through this crevice. And what I didn't realize, it took me a little while to realize, is that once you get your droid through, you have to, take both parts of them in. And so you take one part of your droid in, and this relates to also to the key. This is where you had to get the key from earlier in the video, but you have to get both parts of your droid in, assemble them back together in order for the door to open. And there you go. Once you get them assembled, you'll be able to unlock the door and get the Kyber brick on the other side. I want to appreciate everybody thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe, turn your notifications on. I'm going to be putting a lot of walkthrough videos out there for all the Kyber bricks for the whole entire game, so you want to definitely follow along if you want to see them. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the game.